actually, now you can say this because we're...
Are we in classroom? Hello?
Don't know where everyone is.
I think they're in classroom. Let's check. Yeah, they are.
Oh snap! We're watching tutorials.
All right, everyone's here. I can get Glenn up to speed. Hold on.
Glenn's here?
Glenn's supposed to come back. He needs help with his report.
I need my fucking carbine back, bitch.
Where
Damn.
is...
It's in your trunk.
Okay.
Oh, there's Glenn.
Shut up.
Gomez.
Yo.
You know what?
Yellow.
You know what? I don't want. I'm just gonna go off to it right now. No way. You just wave your finger like that, man. That's crazy. No. You gotta put more enthusiasm. No. Let's hear it. Fuck, you hit me first. I'm a little.
There he is.
Wait, what?
All right, this looks like it's everybody. Sergeants, if you wanna.
Wait, Gibson.
Oh, he's here. He's at MRPD.
I'm my homies hate Kaz.
All right, how's everyone doing today?
So
Not bad.
Nice. Okay. Well, this is a debrief slash, I guess, shift meeting. We can go ahead and start with the debrief first. So let me just go over the things, as in like procedures wise. I'd like to note that when there is an alpha, main priority is the down officer. Second priority is the down individuals, and then the third priority is anyone that's on a 70 or 80. Once the down individuals are secured, and this is for any scene as well. If you're going on a 80, for example, and there is a down individual, make sure you take up that down individual first. For example, if you're a unit on your own and gone on to an 80 and there was a down individual, let the main vehicle, flee and just take care of that down individual. All right. At least that's what I've been told and been taught. Now, if you have enough units, make sure you guys have that covered. Make sure someone's taking that down individual before you head off to that second suspect that's fleeing. All right. Never move on to the next scene. Make sure you always code 6 the area. Make sure you announce that it's code 4. For this past alpha, it felt like the down individuals were not primary. There was no communication amongst each other on who's gonna take out the suspects that were still out, and who is gonna bring the down suspect and down officers to pillbox. There was no communication there. But something that we could learn from. And then because I was down, I wasn't really in the radio for mutual aid, so I didn't really get to hear what was going on. Maybe we can clear the air on that. And Hector, I think you were on TAC as well, so maybe you can also put in some insight as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh. All in all, in general, if I can say, I feel like don't get me wrong, but PD in general needs communication training in general. Don't get me wrong, guys. Yeah, I'm only here to help and support. I'm only a dispatcher. I'm only speaking freely because Kai let me. And if anybody feels like we got to do some communication training in general, I'm here to help. I'm always going to be staying here in house, trying to keep you guys updated on anything that's going on in and out on the streets. I'll try to even keep communication I did in an 80, and so you guys don't have to bump up your heads with information that might not be really useful for you. Let's keep all the text clear as well, if possible. As soon as you switch off the scene, please jump back into tech 2. That makes my life way much easier, so I don't have to jump between techs 3 through 7 and see if anything is occupied or anybody just got stuck. Also, if you have any comments, concerns, or questions regarding my job or what am I actually been doing in PD, you can ask me now. I'll give a moment.
Not necessarily a question for you, but I feel like the need to knows for that alpha, considering how many officers were on the clock and the response time. I feel like the need to know communication was there. Sure, there were some rough edges, like Kai brought up, discussing who was going to transport, etc. But the need to know, like, what was happening, that was discussed. It was discussed why the alpha was dropped, where the alpha was dropped, and where the suspects were going. I personally believe what was needed to be said was said. That's just me, though.
Okay.
Yes,
To add on,
Sergeant
Yes.
Wolfgang and I arrived at the same time. We saw the suspect running towards the alley and pursued him on foot. We switched to mutual aid channel 1, and I indicated that we were in a foot pursuit. I called out that we were in a 70 in a back alley with one suspect towards Popular Street. He came onto Popular Street, and as we turned the corner, he turned and with his gun fired on us, and we returned fire. So that's what happened on the mutual aid tech 1 side of things after the alpha.
I mean, all things considered, it was a short alpha. Like Casey said, I mean, that's the only 70 I was a part of, so that's really all I could have called out on. But I feel like I said, everything that needed to be said was said there. I feel like that was fun.
awesome. Also, questions and concerns will be held after the scene. Try not to get hold up on that during a scene. It can hold up the process, especially towards Tsunami. And I think that's it so far. And anyone need help with the reports? Oh yeah, go ahead, Isabella.
I don't need help with the reports, but I was saying I did call it out. Tango 11 plus, 2 1 downed officer and 1 downed suspect. I did call that out.
Yeah, I heard that.
Perfect. Cool. Any questions or concerns? Anyone wants to say? Yeah, Nick.
This was from a store robbery, right? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
Yeah,
just
sir.
like a normal-
Clinton Avenue 90. Yep.
Okay, Clinton Avenue 90. Cool. Thank you.
That was called out as well.
Oh,
All right. To the shift meeting. So what happened to me was very clever on their end. As you could, what happened was it was an 80 and went into a 70. It was about like 4 suspects. Correct me if I was wrong. And
Yep,
they
4.
kind of split ways. And we had one that was detained, and it was left with me, and everyone else was on their 70. And what happened was he was bleeding out, so I took him out of the car. I was about to uncuff him, and the rest of the 70s that had separated, they regrouped and took a local car and snuck up behind me and shot me behind the head, which was pretty clever, I must say. It would have been more clever if they actually waited for me to uncuff the suspect, but they didn't, so that's how that guy, didn't get away. So you guys can use that for the reports if you like. If any sergeants or HOD here want to fill us in on the shift meeting. We're good?
Anyone got any changes, any information on the street as far as gang activity or wars or anything like that?
I do.
I think she wants to say something.
Go ahead.
Just so you know, whenever sharks rob a store, jewelry bank, or anything, they do say there's no one outside, but there's always 1 or 2 interfering vehicles. who just ram into you to get you out from the chase.
Right. So
They
there's no
are-
obligation for them to tell us the truth. So just assume they're always lying. I mean, it's good to ask. Maybe they'll tell you the truth. But if they tell you nobody's outside, always be looking out regardless. They're not obligated to, be scouts honoring us at the front door.
At the end of the day, they are criminals. You gotta remember that.
Mhm.
SSH and La Familia got into a pretty nasty Class 2 shootout last night. I don't know if it's going to be an official beef between them, but just heads up. Happened right above the 67 AM mutiny on the Beltway on La Puerta, I believe. So keep an eye out for that. Class 2s were involved. Just keep your eyes peeled. Another thing, spike strips. I'm sure some of you last night were around for my little hissy fit about that. Listen, spike strips are something that are reserved for echoes, and I mean it can be taken away pretty easily if we're not responsible about it. Last night my shift started with a civilian complaining about how there were spike strips at Red Garage without any warnings, and some hours later my shift ended with 280s being ruined because spikes were left over by the Del Perro jewelry jump. So seemed like the theme of last night were spike strips not being picked up. So let's just keep an eye on spike strips. I mean,
So
as what's up,
Okay.
Casey?
I was going to say the requirement is spike strips, 311 their location, and put blue police barriers in front and behind of the spike strips. Okay. So
I
if you are
believe-
being directed to deploy them by an echo or you are an echo, make sure all that information gets put in 311s and you mark them.
And neither of those things were done last night with those spikes that I encountered. So listen, I mean, that's, like I said, that's a power that's reserved for echoes. So let's act like echoes and be responsible. Okay, please.
All right, Nick, you got something?
Yeah, I just want to say, if you guys aren't aware, hustlers are back in town. New wave. They don't seem to know, the ropes of a lot of things, but they're learning. But they are back in town, and they've been pretty respectful. They haven't done anything too crazy yet. But if y'all remember the last wave of hustlers, sometimes whew, it can get a little out of hand. So just be advised about that.
Is,
Is it the same people or is it different
No,
folks?
No, it's a whole
the
new
old
wave.
hustlers are the Leones. Whole new
even
group.
Tommy Wrong?
I believe so. I don't even know if he's still around.
He is. Somehow.
He's most likely with Free and Leones.
All right. Let's keep that in mind. Like Glenn said, they're learning the ropes. So, I mean, if they're caught, beefing with gangs or whatnot, don't hit, put the hammer down on them. Work with them.
All right, anyone else got anything? Questions or concerns?
I think Zeus has something to say.
Yeah, Zeus.
Great point,
Go.
Zeus.
Yeah, right on the money.
My sentiments exactly.
We got it.
All
All
right.
right. If there's nothing else, let's go to Nate.
All right, guys. I want you guys to know you're appreciated and loved. You guys are doing great.
All right.
Man, what the
Wolfgang.
hell, man? What's up, dog?
Hey, man. I'm gonna check out.
If any cadets need help or communication training, let me know. I'm always in the house. Extra here to help.
So you know, Rookie, we ain't
Yeah, we know.
talking. You stole my
Pull up the carbine. I
milkshake.
need my carbine.
We did
Okay,
some
I need
breach
help.
training
you
last
one.
night.
Glenn, I'm being helped first.
I don't want the one. I wanted mine. They stole my
Good job.
milkshake.
Do you want something from Uwu Cafe?
No, I don't want anything from Ubu Cafe. I wanted
Alright.
my own milkshake, which you stole, by the way. You stole it.
I did.
Yeah,
not gonna
I'm
lie.
get out. How do you feel about that?
Oh, sure, I forget. Everybody have a work day just in case.
I
you didn't
regret my
check.
decisions,
New unit count.
but it did taste good.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. You stole my milkshake.
Everybody knows where work day is. You guys know?
What'd you
What?
say?
Yeah.
Workday on your tablet. Yep. Make sure the announcements and put a thumbs up if you've seen them because
wanna-
it's really important.
You wanna teach him how to see that? I don't know if he knows that or not.
Alright,
I'll be
okay.
getting
So
some
you open your tablet
like
like this. Then you
What
go
happened?
to Workday
I wanted to
announcements,
give you something.
and then
You were in
the
hospital.
bottom announcement is gonna
No,
be
but it's too
the
late, but
most recent
I'll
one, yeah.
try. Come with.
So some of the announcements are really important, so check them on every day, like a couple of times, just in case. Usually they announce when there's a new announcement. If not, just make
Stay
sure
outside though.
because
Stay outside.
Oh.
crucial sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And not knowing doesn't lay you down from responsibility.
Now you can turn.
No. Laptop.
Aw.
Take
Soon.
your laptop.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
No
You go to
problem.
Workday.
I don't know how to.
That's
What do
the
I
first
think?
application on the
Okay.
left side
It's
top
okay.
corner.
You can
Then you
take
go
it.
to
Now.
announcements.
Put it in your pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's in
All
my
the
pocket.
announcements you're gonna see.
I don't know how big your
Alright.
pocket is,
3,
but I
10,
think you can
32.
fit it.
Eh,
Sure.
Vehicle
Yeah,
unit
it can fit.
response count.
It can fit.
Correct?
Okay.
That's fine. Thank you
Yeah,
so
and
much.
make
That's so
sure
sweet of you.
follow that unit response count
No
because it's really
problem.
important.
You're in hospital.
Yeah, I got
tried.
blasted.
Changed a bit.
My blood was all
I
over
know.
my
Change the
Explorer.
unit response count. So
I know, dude.
that's
My
really important.
70 actually ran towards the roof. I went up the roof. He started shooting at me. I tried to shoot at him.
Echo
I was
39.
low on health, so
latest
yeah.
911.
I came down to bandage and then I went up. He's running away from me from the highway. Someone picked him up on the highway. So
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
It's like,
I got
Take the
shot.
announcement,
And
make
then when
sure
I
you put
looked,
thumbs
they
up
were all in the car.
You-
All of them. I was like, damn.
people put
The
thumbs
guy
up
in the white
or,
puff jacket
no,
was
stuff out,
the transport. I
in-
guess
in
they
general.
called for him to help them out.
mhm.
But yeah, that was crazy.
I mean,
The thing is, I've been saying some
yeah, and
things.
banks dropped as well.
I don't know what to do about that.
It was
You
What
wanna
things?
know?
Oh,
For
sure.
example, yesterday, 4 people were inside in the store. I don't know, 3, I don't remember, but it was like more than 5 people are getting into a chase. 4 people were inside, so only 1 left outside, right? Let's assume 1 interfering vehicle, right? But there was more than 1, it was 2 vehicles. And I'm like, how? How can they attach? They shouldn't, right? They can't.
Yeah, they're considered an interfering vehicle because they can only have 1 getaway car. But they can have 5 at a scene. So
No,
if they have a vehicle,
No,
yeah, go ahead.
What I meant was 4 were inside with 1 vehicle. I'm fine. So we're gonna assume there's 1 outside. 1 outside was interfering. I'm fine with that too because we know 5 people are there. We already assumed. But there were more than 5. And I don't think they can be more than 5, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So that one, if they're on scene, that's 4, honestly. The guy that's outside, that's already considered an interfering vehicle. They're not part of the scene. They have to be, you know, in that store to be considered part of that scene. You know what I mean?
Can one of the sergeants
So
So,
wait a
like-
for
minute.
help, please?
So you are saying 4 people can be inside the bank and 10 other people can interfere us any point of time?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
I
when you
don't-
need to call more units.
I don't think so, though, if you know what I mean. I don't
Is this
think
big bank
so.
or is this a regular store?
No, regular store bank.
Yeah.
Don't remember it
Whatever
was
suspect
yesterday.
whatever suspect is on scene, it has to be 5 or less. So for example, if there's 5 that came out of a car and are in the bank, then they're part of the scene. And if they started to flee and say there was an interfering vehicle or other people started to come into the chase, then they're called interfering vehicles. And
Yeah, just send it to him.
then that's when you have to call them
No.
more unit.
No,
Oh,
you
okay.
don't get it. I understand interfering vehicle and everything. What I'm trying to say is, for example, how we can be over unit count, We were
Oh
being
yeah, yeah.
told we have SOP. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they can't be more
Yeah.
than 5. It was jury, but they can't be more than 5 on jury. It's
Yeah.
not Big
Let me.
Bang,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're right. It updated. Yeah, it updated. Here, let me look at it. So so this was a jewelry we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can only have 3 units on scene, and
Oh my God, you're
then
talking about units. I'm not talking about cops. I'm not talking about units. I'm talking about the crim people,
oh
criminals.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Am
For
I right on
jewelry,
that one, or am I just dreaming?
they can have 5 or less.
No. Exactly. 5 or 5 or less, right? Not
Yeah,
6.
5
They
or
were
less.
6 people. They were
Well,
6.
yeah, that's a no-no.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I heard there were 6 people yesterday. And before that also, I heard someone was 6 people too. And for example, today, 4 people were inside the store. They were robbing the store, right? So only one
Oh yeah.
person can help them. And you said the guy in the jacket helped them. Then who helped the guy that I had? He was on the highway, and it wasn't the gray jacket guy. It wasn't, because the
Uh,
person who picked them up, if he did pick my guy up, he wasn't the 5th guy. He was the 6th guy. That's what I'm saying.
okay. Yeah, at that point, because they left the scene, like they left the store, those other folks are considered interfering vehicles, like they're interfering. So you can raise
Uh,
aggression at that point and request more units. I think that's
no,
allowed, honestly. Oh, what's up?
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about interfering vehicles. Interfering vehicles are fine, and we know what to do about them. What to do about the more crims interfering,
Hello, Isabella.
whereas they
More.
shouldn't
Oh yeah.
have more than 5. That's what I'm saying. If you
Um,
know what I mean.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's something you probably should ask.
Okay.
You should
Higher
ask Tomb
ups.
about that. Yeah, because
Okay.
to me, like, if I see, like, for example, I see 4 people or 5 people, I see 5 people on the scene, right?
Yeah.
And they managed to get all the 5 in one car.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Then.
And then
Mhm.
and then during a chase, we have interfering vehicles, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem. Like 4 people inside, or 3 people inside, 2 people outside, or 1 person outside. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about interfering vehicles at this time. I'm talking about how many crims are attaching to the same car, whereas I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think they should. Like, it's not Big Bang. They can't be 6 people. There's no way, right?
Yeah.
So only
Yeah.
people should be there will be 5 number. And today, I think this been happening with SSA.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not
I
sure.
need to
Never mind.
clarify.
I'm not gonna say SSH. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say
No
that.
worries.
No. Because I'm not sure.
I'll-
Yesterday happened to. It's just officer wasn't sure. Today happened to. I'm not sure either. It happened with me, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Either.
To my knowledge, to my knowledge, I like, for example, say the car that we were chasing, the original car, broke down, right?
Yeah.
Got disabled.
Yep.
And then an interfering vehicle picked them up, right?
Okay, so how many interfering vehicles was there? Because the guy you guys caught is different from the guy I saw try to get my guy from the highway.
Yeah.
He was totally different, and he shouldn't be there, because if the guy in the gray jacket was there, then he shouldn't be there, if you know what I mean. Like, if he picked up my guy, he shouldn't be doing that. That is not possible.
So I'll clarify with Toom about that. But from my understanding, I thought that was okay. You know, but I can double check with Toom, because I know intercepting vehicles can do that. That's why we're so aggressive when it comes to intercepting vehicles, because they can pick up a suspect if they're on a 70.
Yeah. Intercepting vehicles, I understand. If there are 5 people, and fifth one is the outsider one, he gonna pick them up, he gonna escape, he gonna do whatever, other 4 gonna do, he gonna do the same. And no, that is totally fine, to be honest. And we
Yeah.
call for additionals, and we go aggressive and all that precautions we take. But what
49
about
Yeah.
people who are doing that they shouldn't do? Like, for example, in a
Yeah.
jury, getting 6 people, that is not big bang. They shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, from my
They are
understanding,
46,
yeah.
same traffic.
From my understanding, I thought that was allowed, but that's why we go full aggression. But if it's
No,
not,
it's
then I'll check with two. Yeah, if it's not, then
it's
okay, I'll go and clarify.
I'm not talking about interfering vehicles. Remember that too. I'm talking about
Yeah.
6th person
have 3 units
attaching
of
to a
can we
jury
switch to
or a
back
robbery.
3?
Bank or
Yeah, and then like
doesn't matter.
then
I
like
felt even
another person
today.
comes in.
I think even today there were 6 people. I think so because the guy you guys caught, my guy was different. He, because the thing is, I remember because I pulled him over earlier. That's yeah.
Yeah,
And I
I'll
told
go
him not to
clarify.
do so.
Yeah, I'll clarify. Like yeah, I didn't know if it was a thing that they're not supposed to do. I thought because I've just seen them doing it anyway, and that's why we just go full aggression. Like we warn them, we'll shoot their tires, blah blah blah, and if they even try to get in the car, then we'll just disable the car. But
Yeah,
I
it's the
understand.
same. Like even if they are not supposed to do, even if they are interfering, that is the same. We go aggressive, shoot the tires, and whatever we do that. But my point is, they are not even the 5th person; they are the 6th person, and it's not a
Exactly.
big bank. They
They're the
shouldn't
6th,
be
5th,
there.
7. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing I would
exactly.
say. Yeah.
That's
So
what
I
I'm
consider those
thinking.
people.
Mhm.
I consider those people interfering, and that's why we
Oh,
do the
you
full
call
aggression.
them interfering. Okay.
Yeah, I call
No,
them
I
interfering vehicles
consider
or interfering.
I call interfering vehicles that they were not in the robbery, but they are outside aiding and abetting. They are the interfering
Yeah.
vehicles. Now the
Yeah.
7th,
Yeah.
8th, or 10th person, they are overcount. And they shouldn't be
Yeah.
called as interfering people because
Well, if
technically they
they're not
shouldn't
on
be.
scene, then they're considered interfering. But if they were on scene, like for example, this 6th and 7th person was at the store, then yeah, that's where we call them out, and that's not supposed to happen. Now, if there were 5
But
people and then 2 people started to come over, then that's considered interfering. Agreed or no?
the thing is, interfering can be taken as differently. Interfering vehicles are, for example, 5 people inside, 1 outside. The 1 outside
Yeah.
is the interfering vehicle.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm
I don't
not
listen to that.
talking
That's
about interfering
lies.
person.
Like yeah, that when they say like, oh, there's 3 in the store and 2 outside. Yeah, I disregard the 2 outside. They're not part of anything. It's all a lie. Because they could be telling the truth or tell a lie. They're considered interfering regardless if they're outside of the scene. So
Am I going in
safe.
circle or do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not
I
saying that. I
understand.
do understand. Like, for example, we are on a jury, suppose. They told me, yeah, 4 inside, that's it, no one outside. It doesn't matter. Whatever they say, always say, yeah, they said no one outside. I don't trust them. We're going to assume there is one outside. He's interfering. He's the interfering vehicle. That's all. We're going to go full aggression on the second one. I understand. I'm talking about the 6th, 7th, or the 10th guy. I'm talking about the number count of crimes. That's all. Nothing
Oh.
else. I'm not talking about the
Yeah, I don't think.
interfering vehicles. Number count of
Yeah,
the
I don't.
crimes.
I think there's no cap on that, to be honest.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the cap of the crimes,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think there is any cap when it comes to interfering or
Oh, wait,
of the
there's
sort.
none?
That I'm not too sure. I've seen a lot, and I've seen not that many. So I can double check with Tomb if there's a cap on interfering vehicles, because interfering vehicles are interfering people.
Oh, so they are different. I didn't know that. I thought actually 5 means 5. 4 inside, 1 outside. I didn't know even like 5 more people can actually attach to the same car. Oh, good to know then.
Yeah, that's why it's
Thank you.
important to identify the original 5.
Yeah.
Because they're the
identify
main suspect.
Mama's
Interfering
there.
vehicles are not really a main priority, but we can go full aggression because it could hinder our chase.
Found them.
Let me ask
Your pawn
you
shop.
one second.
Okay.
Greg, I have a question for you if you don't mind.
Yeah, what's up?
So, suppose a jewelry or a store robbery or a bank robbery. How many crimes, and I'm talking about criminals here, can
Criminals, okay.
attach to that particular, thing? For
Like,
example,
do you mean like? Go ahead.
I mean number count. For example, like 4 people inside, 1 outside is fine. 3 people inside, 2 outside is fine. But what if 4 people inside, 2 outside, or 3 people inside and 3 people outside? Is it okay?
So it depends. So I don't know if this has changed, right? So it'd be worth bringing it up to tune. But this is how it was.
Oh,
right?
this is perfect. Hey, are you busy?
I'll be free in a second.
Yeah, see?
Okay,
I'll
wait.
What they're talking about.
So how it was before, right? Is that like store robberies and jewelry were 5.
Hey,
okay.
look, turn around.
So
Yeah.
they can have So they can have 3 inside, 2 outside, or 4 inside, 1 outside. It doesn't matter, right? As long as it's 5.
Yep.
When it comes to big bank,
They
I
can have
believe big bank
7.
can have 7. Yeah.
Yep, 7. Yeah, that is fine. But what I'm saying is, what if they are actually going over the number count? For example, big bank is 7, and they are actually getting 8 people into 8 people. Can they even do that? And what should we do when they are getting 8 people involved?
When it comes to something like that, I feel like if you need to call an extra unit, go ahead. But that would be like, we're not gonna punish them for something like that, right? Like, we'll respond accordingly. If you need to call in another unit or 2, yeah, go for it. If they're doing the same, but that's not, they can do whatever they want. It's just like we're not the ones that are going to be dealing with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I know. I was just asking because we actually caught the guy, like 5th guy, but my guy who picked up my guy was the 6th one, damn. So I was like, how is that even possible, I'm like, yeah, I guess they called extra person, in the chase that we were in. And it
Yeah,
happened
I'd say
also
if you had to, call in an extra unit, try to keep it within numbers, and obviously get your high command's, approval to call in another unit. Follow the correct avenues if you need to, but I don't see that it would be a big deal if you called an extra unit if they had, say, 8 or 9 people.
Mm-hmm. Even yesterday in our chase, it was supposed to be 1 extra unit or 2 maybe, 2 extra unit, but they had like 3 more people and we were confused, like how can 3 people attach? They can, but they were there.
Yeah, in that situation, you just gotta have to like work with what you got, right? So if you notice something like that, you should call for an extra unit or get the permission to call for an extra unit. Yeah, I'd say that's good.
Yeah, fair enough. Sure. I'm good.
Okay.
Yo, Greg.
Okay. Hello.
Look over there. Just for a second.
Yeah.
That guy pacing back and forth?
Yeah.
You recognize him?
I can barely make out who it is.
You might want to go
Isn't
hug
that
him while he's
Vaughn?
here. You might want to go give him a big ass hug while he's here.
I was gonna say we're gonna use some C4. You wanna come?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I can assist you with Casey.
Isn't
Oh, he's
that
on the
Vaughn,
phone. I
though?
don't want to bother him when he's on the phone.
What are we doing here?
Gonna blow up
Yeah.
a lock.
Yeah, where do we need to go now? You want to go now?
Yeah, we're gonna go now.
Okay. All right.
Might as well grab something big.
How you been, Kai?
You okay,
Sorry.
Vaughn?
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. About to go blow a lock on.
We
What do you
never
mean?
came back down.
What do you mean came back down? What's that supposed to mean?
What?
And the DPD UGs look good. Oh, that's nice.
I'm not
Let me assist you,
DPD, I'm
Casey.
LSPD.
LSPD, sorry. I forgot,
Why did
DPD.
you leave us, Vaughn?
Sorry.
Why did you
I
leave
forgot.
us?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave.
If something happens,
It wasn't intended.
like 6 cops.
Yeah.
But
Why did you leave us, Vaughn?
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, I don't know what
I'm
to
sorry.
do. You left us just
I'm
like
sorry.
that.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
You better be on. You better be. You left us. I
Oh
don't
god,
like
she's
it.
crying. I'm
You hear
gonna
that
cry.
pain in her
Said, I'm
voice?
sorry.
You hear that
Please.
pain in her voice?
You're escaped.
That's because of you.
Get in the car, Vaughn. Get in the
You
car.
you always know if you need anything. You have my number, okay?
Oh, I was just about to block the door. Oh, I've never seen that vehicle out.
Mhm.
Alright, does Ice Spice brother get to be passenger princess again?
You wanna be passenger princess? Sure, I'll
Yes.
take you. But remember one thing, next time when they ask Rookie drive, don't tell them, I can't drive, otherwise they're gonna make me drive. And remember, if I
Alright.
drive, we're gonna lose them. Let me see my LSPD chat though, give me a second.
Fearful about it in a minute.
Wait, there's like reserved parking for certain people?
What do you mean? I don't
Who's
know.
John McClane? Or Adam Archer, who's that? You know?
Let me see, let me check the time, 7 p.m. EST.
Man, them loaded fries are looking good.
Okay, okay. I have to check some stuff up. Be there and ask for FTO. If I come back and no one you are there, I'll take you. If you're not there, I can't take you, okay? I have to do something. Listen up. I have to do something, okay? You know, I do like my passenger princess, right? You do know that, right?
Doesn't seem like it.
No matter what you stole from me, no matter if you stole my strawberry shake or not, it doesn't matter. I'll still like you. Okay?
I told you I'd
still
get
like
you
you.
some uwu.
It's
Some
okay.
uwu
It's
cafe.
okay. I don't want it. Listen, I'll be back. I'll be back. Just give me a second, okay? I have to do something. That's why.
How long will it take you?
I don't know. It depends, It depends.
Oh.
Getting.